Today, I'm on my way into town to go grab some lunch with one of my business partners. I partnered with him about 3 years ago. I actually had a business that was going really good, and I was just done with it. And I was like, man, I don't want to just shut this down. And so I said, here's what's happening. I'll partner with you. I'll give you X amount of the business. You run it, you get a salary, and then you can take X amount of the profits every year. Hey guys. Cool. That's amazing. I'd love that deal. That's what a great opportunity. And I was like, cool. Okay. As long as you continue working and you continue to make money on the business and we can continue to take draws off it, that's really all that matters. Like I want the business to continue to be profitable. If it's not profitable, we'll shut it down. Like if we get to where we're not making any money or losing money, then we got an issue. Right. And so we've actually grown the business now. It has 2 employees on that side. It's really small. It only does like 300, 500K a year. Like it's a pretty small business, but it's pretty profitable in the end. But like, my point is like, I'm going to have lunch with him. And so today I wanted to chat just a little bit about like taking control of what you're doing and feeding into other people. So like, this is going to sound really bad, but don't take this the wrong way. My life is chaotic. It's hectic. It's like crazy. Tomorrow morning, I've got to leave the house at 5 a.m. because I've got to be somewhere. It's like 7:30 a.m. and I've got to teach all day long. And I'll be driving the 2 hours back to the house after that. And you're like, when, Dan, why are you leaving a half hour early to go over there? Well, I'm leaving a half hour early to get there. Like, I want to give myself a buffer. I don't want to have to like show up at 7:30 and the class starts at 7:30. I want to be able to have my laptop set up and make sure all that stuff's taken care of and it's way out in the middle of nowhere. And so I want to be able to, if there's something that goes on, I want to be able to have time to get there. I digress. My point is like, I am taking time out of what I'm doing to feed into him. Why am I feeding into him? Right? Like, why is he not just self-sustaining? Well, because I know that I have to get fed into as well. And so how do I get fed into? I get fed into by going to conferences, to putting myself around people who are at the next level higher than me. And that's how I get fed into, because that knowledge, that wisdom is huge because I'm able to absorb it and then go put into play. And so this is my chance to feed into him because and I don't mean this in a bad way, but like I'm ahead of where he's at in life when it comes to like business and that kind of stuff. I'm not saying I'm ahead of everywhere he's at in life. I'm just saying that when it comes to business, when it comes to this kind of stuff, like I've been doing it longer. I have a little bit more knowledge on it. And I actually grab lunch with people who are ahead of me all the time. And when I go, I buy their lunch. Like that's the whole thing. And that's the one thing that you need to realize is that if you're a forged leader, you should be trying to get people who are ahead of you to go to lunch with you. It shouldn't be the opposite direction. Like I'm a little bit opposite right here because I was like, hey, let's go to lunch. But then he followed up with me. That's great. But honestly, he should be paying for this lunch out of his own pocket. He should be like, dude, here, let me buy you lunch. Right. And when you ask somebody lunch, you don't necessarily tell them you're going to buy them lunch, but like you buy them lunch, you take care of them because they're pouring into you. They're taking time out of their crazy schedule for you. Like I fight over bills. I don't fight over bills. Like I just pay the bill. I don't even ask. If I go to lunch with somebody, if I ask them to lunch, and they're going to pour into me at all in any way, or I'm going to ask them any questions about business, even if it's friends, I buy lunch. I buy dinner. You know why? Do you know why? Because they're taking time out of their day for me. And there's going to be a point where I'm going to get one morsel of information that's going to be worth all of those meals I've ever paid for everybody. Like I'm going to be real honest with you. I used to pay for meals for my parents and my in-laws all the time. Like we'd go to a band concert or something like that. And then I'd go buy dinner afterwards for everybody. And I stopped doing that. And you know why I stopped doing that? For the most part, I stopped doing that because it didn't make any sense for me to continue to do that. Right. I wasn't getting fed into at those things. And like, I took care of them for a little while and it's great to be able to do that. And you feel good when you do that. But like, in all honesty, like there was 2 of them, and I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but there was 2 of them that when they buy by themselves, they order one meal and they split the meal. Whenever I was buying, they were ordering 2 or 3 meals. And it's like, why are you ordering 2 or 3 meals? Well, we can have leftovers and eat it tomorrow. We're not having to pay for it. Well, that's the wrong attitude to have, right? Like that doesn't actually help. That doesn't make me want to help you. Matter of fact, that does the exact opposite. That makes me want to never buy you a meal again. Because you're using me to do something you wouldn't typically do. Right? Like, and I know this kind of gets off track, but like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you should be the one trying to pay for the meal when you invite somebody to lunch. right? You invite me to dinner. You're like, Dan, let's go to dinner. We shouldn't be fighting over the bill. You should just be paying it. Right? I had a guy the other night. We were out at a train the trainer event. He's like, you want to go to dinner? And I said, sure. And then we get out there and like, I'd bought lunch all day, all 3 days for everybody who was there. And we go out to dinner. He looks at me like I'm going to buy him dinner. Like they come up and they go, how do you want the check? And he kind of looks at me and I didn't say anything. He goes, I gotta split it. And I was like, really? Really, dude? Really? Like, you want to split the check? What the heck is wrong with you? You just got all kinds of knowledge poured into you at no cost for the last hour of dinner. And like, it's a key example of who you don't want to be around as a forged leader and the type of person you don't want to be. Right? And I say that from the bottom of my heart is that when you invite somebody to dinner, when you invite somebody to lunch, you should be like, boom, it's mine. I got this. I'm paying this. You should have your card out. You should have cash out. You should take care of it. You should leave a decent tip. You shouldn't complain, right? It should be amazing the entire time that you're there because it is amazing and you just got poured into. So as a forged leader, don't wait for somebody else to pick up the check. If you're out to lunch with them, if they invite you to lunch, then like you invite them to lunch. Number one, invite people who are above you to lunch. And if somebody else invites you to lunch, don't expect them to pay the tab, but also let them pay the tab if they choose to. Guys, there's your 5-minute power up. I know it's a little longer than 5 minutes, but I hope that you enjoyed it. Grab a copy of my book, Grit, Grease, and Grace, Leadership Forged in the Trenches. You can grab it at gritgreasegrace.com. We'll talk to you later.